All right, Tomas Hernandez. All right, so you're requesting jury trial, is that correct?
Yeah, it's enhanced.
All right, how long do you expect this trial to last? All right, Ms. Ferguson, 2 days, jury trial, criminal trial division.
Preparation of the beginning of the trial.
Okay, okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson, October. All right, it's going to be October 1st. All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court, but you always do. Thank you. All right, so once you all sign the reset form, you're excused. Thank you. Just have a seat and your attorney will bring the reset form to you. Yes, hi. Hi, welcome. Hi, nice to meet you, John Michael. Okay, all right, awesome. Great. Oh, hey, there's not going to be any patience needed with you. I know your mom, so I know you're already ready to go. And I can just throw it. No, I'm just gonna look at him and say, I'm calling your mom, got a number. This is what I'm just gonna do this. Somebody. Sure, no, but welcome. All right, well, welcome. We're gonna have fun. All right, thank you. Thank you. Good seeing you. All right, you too, have a good one. All right, Mr. Gore, if you'll come forward. Hello, Mr. Gore. Good morning. All right, so these are the issues. I understand that what happened to you is you were in prison and then the state hit you with this case and they probably should have taken it care of before then. But we are where we are now. And where we are now is you need to complete your courses. I mean, okay.
Hey, please, quiet.
Okay, so he's completed parenting, anger management. He has the proof of employment. Is there anything else that he has not completed? So every other class has been completed? All right, could I see someone from family violence, please? All right, this is Mr. Gore. So can you let the complainant know his case is expiring September 29th, 2024? Yes. What do you mean the probation is in the way? Okay. All right, who's the complainant on this case? Okay, and how old is she? All right. So state, he's completed all of his classes. And this is a case where he was in TDC. And then all of a sudden he gets hit with this case after he's released from TDC, which I don't like for that to happen because I think somebody's in TDC, everybody knows where they are. Case should have been handled. So if you want to see what you want to do, as I said, he's completed everything.
I mean, I'll take a look. I don't think we'll do much for him because he only had 1 year on the underlying sentence.
Mhm.
So not too long, and he's almost done in a month.
No, he's done.
Well, I thought it was September.
No, I mean, he's completed everything.
I mean, did Bug file anything?
No.
Okay, well, if we file something, and I can talk to Charles, I think he has something else coming up, not today, but I'm sure I'll see it soon. So I can
Oh, well, Miss Ferguson, call Mr. Bonk and see if he can come over. All right, just have a seat. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Aldo Salas.
He's in custody, Your Honor. I am present.
All right, Mr. Salas.
Standing here for a setting.
Yes.
A trial setting.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. State, how long do you expect this trial to last?
That's brief.
Okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you set this for jury trial 2 days?
Which day?
Oh, she's gonna give us a date. She's gonna give us a date.
Okay. You're in. So,
Ah.
there's years of rock and roll.
Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you. All right, so it's gonna be October 8th.
October 8th.
Yes. You'll be brought over dressed for trial in whatever clothing you have at the jail.
Uh-huh.
If you wish to be attired in something different, let your attorney know and we'll do a
Yes.
clothing exchange.
He has trial clothing
All right.
there.
All right, thank you. We'll see you then.
Okay. Good.
And state, on this case, has an acknowledgement of discovery been completed?
Yes, it has.
All right, thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right, who's on Maldonado? Arita? Thank you. And counsel, you're on this side. All right. So counsel, in this case, do you have all of the discovery? Have you signed a discovery acknowledgement? State, has a discovery acknowledgement been done on Mr. Maldonado Arita? All right, thank you. And my understanding, this is going to be a jury trial?
Yes. Your
Okay,
Honor.
all right. How long do you expect this jury trial to last?
About 2 days.
All right,
Yeah, I was there on the side of caution.
all right. Ms. Ferguson, this is a jury trial, 3 days, criminal trial division. And what I can tell you, Mr. Maldonado, is that we've been in back-to-back trials. So when you were on call to come for this court, we started another jury trial. And then we had a jury trial last week that went long, and we just finished a jury trial.
It will be November 4th in Impact.
All right, it'll be November 4th in Impact Court. All right, is that a good date for you, counsel?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, so we'll be back on November 4th. You'll be not in this court, but you'll be in Impact, and currently Impact Court is on the 2nd floor. And counsel, when you go to Impact, just make sure that they know an interpreter is needed.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, is there anything else?
Nothing further.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused, but Ms. Ferguson will give a reset form to your client as well. All right, thank you. Oh, and I'm sorry, once you sign the acknowledgement of discovery, then you're excused.
Oh, okay.
All right, thanks. All right, do you have any questions, sir? All right, thank you. Otillo Espinoza Ruiz. All right, thank you. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. All right, today is your plea deadline date. Are you entering into agreement? Are you entering into agreement? Or are you requesting a jury trial?
There is no agreement at this time. Your Honor.
All right, so your plea deadline date has expired. The court will not consider any plea bargain agreements in this case without good cause. Otherwise, you have to plea open to the court. Do you understand? All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a jury trial date. State defense, how long do you expect this trial to last? 2 days, Ms. Ferguson. All right. All right, it's going to be November 4th in Impact Court. Have you all already done an acknowledgement of discovery? All right, if you'll sign the acknowledgement of discovery before you leave, and Ms. Ferguson will give you your reset form. All right, thank you. Thank you. Oh, no, there's nobody before you. All right, court is calling. I'll have your client come up.
Yes.
And were you able to let the complainant know? All right. All right, so before we go on the record, what I can tell you on these cases, I like the complainant to know. So,
If I may, Your Honor, the complainant was my client's daughter.
oh yeah, I know.
I
Well, here's
She's
the,
aware, but not.
all right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go on the record. I'm inclined to grant the early termination, but on these cases, I'd like for the complainant to be made aware. So, even though I'm gonna grant the early termination, most likely, it's not gonna be placed in the system until August 22nd. All right, is that okay with everyone? And that will give the state time to contact the complainant. All right, court is calling 2023 CR 3144, State of Texas versus Ajay Gore. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense? And are you Mr. Gore? All right, defense, do you have an oral motion?
Make a formal motion for the probation to be completed early. It was placed on 1 year of adjudication. September 21st, right up to a year. It's my understanding, I've talked to the state on probation. He's completed all of his requirements, but completed all of the classes. So we're asking the court grant our motion and terminate.
All right, probation. If you could come forward, please. All right, could you give the court a report for the purposes of the record? And if you would state your name.
Probation is recommended.
All right, why unsatisfactorily? All right, no. All right, so that's what you're recommending?
Yes.
All right, and state, do you have any objection to early termination? All right, so the court will note for the record that Mr. Gore was previously in prison. He was released from prison, and then this case popped up, but the case had been around while he was in prison. The court thinks and feels that when you have people who are in custody, that these cases should not just be around and no one's doing anything with the case because the person is in custody. So I'm taking that under consideration when I make my decision in this case on whether or not to terminate him satisfactorily, unsatisfactorily. Mr. Gore, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record. All right. All right, are you currently employed? How many hours a week do you work? 75? And what do you do? All right. And did you take all of your classes that the court required for this probation? All right, so you took parenting twice? Mhm. All right, what did you learn about parenting?
Older now. She wasn't accurate on her statement. She could apologize for it. She told me her issue was she was a mom involved, not just dad. So it's working. It's feel like parents should both have the same rights to mom. So communication basically is what I work with. Even when I'm not understanding, I just try to talk it out. And we don't use no more. We don't do spankings.
Okay, and you took anger management class? And what did you learn from that?
Yeah, it's hard. Come to that, you just need to breathe. What I do now, like, I'm upset about something. Honestly, I started doing what my mom did when I was a child, which is to need a baker. It works. Not the Mary David.
All right, Anita Baker. I don't know if she has any songs about parenting. I like Anita Baker though. Sweet Love. All right, what do you play?
I don't know all of this. I would cut it on just playlists, like play on my phone.
All right, that's okay. Sweet love should be at the top. All right. All right. And I'm assuming that you provide financially for your child? Okay. You know, back in the day, I remember you could take a child for clothing for school. This tell you how old I am. And your parent would spend $100 and you're set for school. I'm assuming you can't do that anymore. $100, what does that get you? Some socks? Okay. All right. So this is what the court is going to do unless there's any objection from either side. I am going to terminate your probation as of August 22nd. That will give the state time. I know that your counsel is saying that your daughter, you have custody arrangements with her mother, but I always like to be sure that they're aware. So state, is August 22nd enough time for you?
Yes.
All right, and the court is going to terminate the probation satisfactorily. Is there anything else from either side? All right, and that will be as of August 22nd, not today, August 22nd. All right, anything else? All right, thank you. All right, who's here on Alyssa Gonzalez? All right, hi, if you have her come forward.
She's not present in the audience.
Oh, where is she?
I have not had these. Current number I haven't filed with straight to Worcester.
All right. So is she on a PR bond? All right. Deputy, could you make an announcement in the hallway for Alyssa Gonzalez? Alyssa Gonzalez. All right, can I have a prosecutor from Criminal Trial Division, and this is a PR bond? We're gonna go on the record. Court is calling night mag number 760843, State of Texas versus Alyssa Gonzalez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? For the defense? All right. And Deputy, did you make an announcement for Alyssa Gonzalez? And thank you. All right, the court is in receipt of a first violation report from pretrial services. They stated that they've attempted to make contact with all of the collateral contact numbers that they have, and they have not had any contact with Miss Gonzalez. Defense?
Illness, it's actually a PR bond. She was special coordinated Center for Healthcare Services. My understanding, she has not picked up any new offenses or reoffended, that she has had contact with the pretrial officer at the Capitol. At this time, however, I believe she may have a new number or non-operational number. She again has not been charged with anything new. Her case is pending potential damage by the state of Texas. And we're requesting a little more time to get her into compliance.
All right, state. All right, the court will issue a judge's warrant, remand your client without bond. If she makes an appearance, the court will reconsider. All right, we can go off the record. I can also seek to reach out. I'll send another email with pretrial services just to make sure that she hasn't contacted them today.
Yes.
So I'll hold off on my signature once to see if she's had contact with them. Are you all okay with the court doing that?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Information is furnished to me, I make contact. I can bring her into justice. Entertain that.
Yes. Oh, and have you seen the violation report?
Yes, sir.
Oh, because I was to make sure you had all of the contact numbers.
Oh, yes, they said.
All right. Who is here on Carlos? Yes, that person. All right. I'm promising you, I'm going to work on the name. There are a lot of vowels. I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do with them. Teniente. Teniente.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Mr. Carlos Teniente. Yes. All right. I'm going to try to remember that for next time. All right. So where are we on this case with regards to discovery?
Discovery looks intact, Judge. We believe it is complete at this point in time. We did receive post initial offer.
Mhm.
My understanding, the state needs to reach out to the complainant one last time. That's the actual offer, hopefully next setting. So it's our understanding that this is short reset.
All right, how much time are you asking for, state? All right, Ms. Ferguson, if I could have a 2-week reset on this case? On Mr. Teniente? Yay. See, the vowels that are talking in his name, that's correct. Other people, they let every vowel speak. All right, September 9th, is that good for everyone? All right, we will be back on September 9th. Who's here on Isaac Chavez? All right, where's Mr. Chavez? All right, are y'all ready to proceed on the motion to revoke? Come back so I can have some idea. Thank you. All right, Joel Garcia. Are you employed? All right, so Ms. Ferguson, on this case, if you can recall it for Thursday, is that possible? All right, so we're going to bring you back on Thursday. Your attorney is actually in Williamson County. How far that is, I don't know. I'm working on my Texas geography. All right, so once you sign the reset form, you can be excused. All right, thank you. All right, probation. Isaac Chavez is going to end up being reset. All right, Mr. Chavez, if you'll come forward. And who is the state on Chavez? All right, so this is what we'll do. Ms. Ferguson, on this case, set it for a contested hearing within 30 days. And if it's contested, you all will be prepared. If it's not contested, then it's not contested.
No regard for human life. That's how San Antonio police describe this 19-year-old in custody on multiple charges, including capital murder.
Police think that he's responsible for 2 deadly shootings within the past 18 months.
Handcuffed and walked to a police unit. 19-year-old Nathan Martinez was arrested on warrants of capital murder, and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. But San Antonio police say that's on top of 4 other felony warrants of possession of and a controlled substance.
We are very relieved to get this individual who's obviously has no regard for human life off the streets.
Officer Washington Moscoso explains Martinez's capital murder charges stem from a 2022 shooting at a Father's Day barbecue in the 2500 block of Patron Drive, where 2 people were killed and 5 others were hurt. The charges for murder and aggravated assault are connected to an August 2023 drive-by. Say Martinez shot a 7-year-old boy and his 56-year-old mother as they were drinking coffee under their carport. The teenager died, but his mother survived along with the family dog, who was also hurt.
All right, Nathan Martinez. All right, so I understand that there are calls that need to be made.
Yes, Your Honor.
How much time are you all asking for?
Since it's admin, I don't know. I mean, I would be requesting at least 2 weeks, Judge, and I can maybe push it pretty hard.
All right,
to get into the meeting.
At least 2 weeks?
At least, yes.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you recall this in 3 weeks? See, I give a little extra.
September 9th.
You all want September? Well, let me see, just 1 second before you say September 9th. Because that's sort of right after the holiday. And I know I said 3 weeks, but can you set it the week of September 16th? All right, is everybody okay with the 17th?
Fine with the state.
That works for Charles and myself, Judge. I can't speak for Miss Kramer, but at least some of us can be.
All right. I'm sure you'll be able to be here. All right, so we'll bring you back on September 17th, okay? All right, thank you,
Thanks, Judge.
thank you. And this is 227? All right, who's here on Lorinda Tarango? And this is from the 227th.
Yes, Judge. Good morning.
Good morning. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 2468, State of Texas versus Lorinda and Tarango. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
David Martin.
Defense?
Marissa Tiavenko.
And are you Ms. Tarango?
Yes.
Counsel, have you received all of the discovery?
We have, Judge.
Did you review it with your client?
We have, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Tarango, did you review the document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on an indictment as presented?
No, Judge, we're going to proceed on the lesser included offense of assault causing bodily injury. Class A misdemeanor.
No objections.
Did you understand the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault bodily injury as a Class A misdemeanor?
Yes.
Range of punishment is up to a $4,000 fine and up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail. Did you understand?
Yes.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, sentence you up to a $4,000 fine, and up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
She has.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
I do believe she
Do you
does.
believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, I do.
Ms. Tarango, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea, state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault bodily injury. And they're recommending deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Judge.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Judge.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for 1 year. There be no contact with the complainant and anger management. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
Then to the lesser included offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
Law for states one with the attachment.
No objections, Judge. I have gone over it with my client.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, my client has no criminal history. She works for the U.S. Attorney's Office, is that correct? And she's been there for
10 years.
10 years. She is an upstanding citizen and she made a mistake with a
Not made a
teenager.
choice.
Absolutely. She made a choice and she understands that and is accepting responsibility for her choice. And we just ask that you follow the plea bargain, Judge.
All right, so what happened?
We were at a volleyball game and the child came, it all started off with the coach. And the coach's child was bullying one of the other kids. And I went down there to break it up. And anyway, the girl called me a bad word.
Mhm.
So my husband at that point got up, we got up to leave. And I was talking to one of the parents and well, they got up and they left and they came through where I was standing speaking to the other parent. And I made a bad choice.
Okay. All right.
because she did call me another name again.
I understand. So you just can't do that. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And I see the game was forfeited because a lot of parents just left.
Yes.
All right. And the complainant, she's not related to you at all? This is the coach's child?
No, this is just another girl that played on the team.
All right. Well, I don't know when people will address bullying. My mom would address it head on. All right.
Well, I got in trouble for it.
Yeah.
And just one more thing, the other concern is my client's daughter still does play volleyball. And so I believe there is the possibility and likelihood that they will be at the same volleyball game. She understands she's not to talk to this child. She understands she's not to, sit next to
She's
them or
just gonna
talk
have
to
to
them.
drop her daughter off and
Okay,
wait in the car.
okay.
Sometimes these are consequences for our actions. So she'll have to drop her daughter off. And if anybody's being bullied, report it. And if that doesn't do it, because I'm assuming these are organized sports
Yes.
and they have higher ups. If there's an issue with the coach who's allowing the girls to bully each other, then you need to go above his head, or as they say, go above his pay grade. And sometimes when you throw the words in, well, I guess I'll have to get an attorney. That's usually when people stand up and listen. So if you put it in writing, I'm not telling you what to do, but I would put it in writing and say, this is what I witnessed. There's bullying going on. The coach is not addressing these issues. I guess after you, my next step is to contact my attorney. Then usually people pay attention. And I would also suggest that you tell them that you want to see their handbook, because they should have a handbook. All the organized sports are supposed to have a handbook like the schools do, what their rules are. And that way, when you send whatever letter you're going to send, you can go to a specific rule. And if they don't have a handbook, then they should. All right. All right. Do you all want to speak of length of probation?
Again, Judge, my client is an upstanding citizen who's been a government employee for 10 years and she's never been in trouble before. She is motivated, understands what she did was wrong. She is motivated to do anything that you ask of her. And we ask that you follow the recommendation from the state and to keep it at 1 year probation.
The 1 year's our record.
Oh, see, but defense, since you told me to keep it at 1, I was leaning towards 6 months.
We're okay with that as well, Judge.
Well, you're gonna make an argument.
I reiterate all of my previous arguments, Judge. She will be successful. And I think this was a one-time mistake. And I think 6 months is sufficient.
Okay. That just turned on a dime. We should bring Mr. Cox in here. Mr. Cox, you want to join in the argument? State.
I
And
will
and I do
absolutely.
have to tell you, the child I was defending was not my child. It
Okay.
was another child.
No, I appreciate when people step up. I think we all owe a duty. It really takes a village to raise children. My motto is always, if you see something, say something, not, act physically, unless you have to, because there's no one else around. All right. State, I know you're asking for 1 year. Do you have any objection? It is a misdemeanor. She doesn't have any priors. At least that's what's being presented to me. There are underlying circumstances with why this happened. Is there any objection to the court going below your recommendation for the community supervision?
In the courts.
All right, thank you. All right, and then of course, if you are unsuccessful or if they feel it needs to be extended, it can be extended up to 14 months. You understand? Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Well, actually more than 14 months. You can be extended for 2 years, okay? All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 6 months deferred adjudication. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There's to be regular random UAs. There's to be proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no contact with the complainant. If there are still volleyball tournaments, which I'm being told there are, you're just gonna have to drop your daughter off, you understand? And wait in the parking lot.
Okay.
And you can always do the audiobooks in the parking lot. There's always something to do.
And Judge, she does live in Brewster County, if we can transfer to Brewster County.
Where's Brewster?
Alpine.
Where's Alpine?
These were my questions, Judge.
Have you ever heard of Sorrel State University?
Where's Sora State University?
Big Bend.
Okay, Big Ben.
Yes.
All right, awesome. So Brewster, can you spell that? I don't want to mess up.
BREWSTER.
Oh, it's like the women of Brewster Place. Okay.
Who are the women of Brewster Place?
Oh my God, you should be embarrassed for saying that. Although Zach doesn't know either. So
Thank you, Zach.
I got you.
there's going to be a transfer to Brewster County. I'm going to order anger management. Probation, is there anything else she needs?
No.
All right, is there anything else you need from the court to be successful on this probation?
No.
All right, we can go off the record. I am not going to be the judge that is supervising your probation. Of course, probation technically was supervised, but if there's an issue with your probation, you'll have to go to the judge that sent this case to me to accept your plea. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, who's here on Juan Ramos? All right. State, is this criminal trial division?
It is.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a jury trial date. How long do you expect this trial to last?
2 days.
All right, it's 2 days. And it's criminal trial division. Sorry, this will be the soonest we can get to you. I see that you were set to impact. We've just finished back-to-back trials. So we're gonna give you a date, okay?
Judge, given the length of time he's been in and the resets by both the state and the court, would the court consider a reduction in bond to 25,000?
All right, if you all file it, I'll consider it. All right, November 4th, is that an impact or here? All right, it'll be November 4th in impact court.
Is that the earliest the courthouse?
Yes, we have, I think, 3 murder cases coming up. All right, have you received all of the discovery? Did y'all do a discovery acknowledgement?
I don't know if we have an acknowledgement. We'll have to check because we got discovered early, but we'll check before November 4th.
All right, thank you. Do you have any questions, Mr. Ramos?
Oh, man.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay.
The parties on Pellegrini.
That's right.
All right, court is calling 2024 CR 007495, State of Texas versus Dennis Paul Pellegrini. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense?
Peter Calderola for Mr. Pellegrini, Your Honor.
All right, this case was previously set on August 19th. The defendant was a no-show. The court recalled it for today to have defense attorney to appear and also for the defense attorney to contact your client. The parties listed on this is Gail Calderola.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm standing in for Ms. Calderola.
All right, any objection to his standing in?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I had the deputy to make an announcement for Mr. Pellegrini. Deputy, what were the results?
I announced his name 3 times, Judge, and there was no answer.
All right, defense, have you had contact with your client?
Previously, Judge, we did have a working phone number. I have since tried to contact my client this morning. Got no response, was sent a voicemail, and I have also sent an email to my client, which I have not received a response from.
All right, and is he on a PR bond, Ms. Ferguson? All right, state.
Your Honor, the state would ask for a bond forfeiture.
All right, that will be granted. Your client will be remanded without bond. If your client makes an appearance, the court will reconsider.
Thank you, Your
All
Honor.
right, and I would suggest calling the bondsman. Usually they know where they are.
I will give them a call. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Excused.
Yes. All right, who's here on Audrey Bash? And does she have any warrants? Norma, can you check on cause number 2024 CR 2272 to see if there's a warrant on that case? We're just checking. Hi, good morning. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
She was processed, there was a prior FTA, but she had processed on that already.
Okay, I just want to make sure so that she doesn't leave here and then there's an issue.
Okay.
All right, so where are we on these cases with discovery?
I believe I have all the appropriate body camera videos. There was a offer tendered.
Okay.
I discussed it with my clients. At this moment, we're asking for some time so that I can still talk with her and go over some videos. There is a new case, a second degree unlawful carry weapon with the prior felony conviction.
Okay.
That's awaiting indictments. And I believe the offer it's a plea offer for the package deal.
Okay.
But she has some questions about that new case. I just need some time to go over that with her.
All right, how much time are you asking for?
30 days.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if I can have a 30-day reset. All right, that will be your plea deadline date. Just have a seat and Ms. Ferguson will get the reset form to you. And we're going to check on whether or not there's an issue.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, there's no warrants.